All right, hello everybody. It's the final day. It's day 10. It's the 6th anniversary of Abomination Fight Pit Deluxe, and today with me I have Yadu, the creator of the game. Hi Yadu.
That's me. Hi.
Um so today we have a little interview and maybe something else afterwards that we're
Maybe,
gonna
yeah.
do. Maybe you'll have to stick
Maybe,
around.
maybe.
Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that
Yeah, right.
notification bell. Uh,
Yeah, fucking. Yeah, hit him. Get him. Yeah,
yeah,
hit him with that.
subscribe to Yadu's Patreon, which she definitely has.
I don't know how to set that up.
Okay, all right. So I guess for first impressions, because I don't think a lot of people know much about you, at least in the Discord server or anything. So do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself? Like maybe
Oh my god.
just in
Oh,
general, whatever you want to say.
um, so this is like a really funny question because like immediately like I fell back onto like the job interview thing because that's like their first question like every time I'm like. And I've like the same script because I've just done it so many times. It's just like, "Hi, I'm Emmett. I graduated from this university in 2020, and I'm now applying for this minimum wage job." Um, but yeah, I don't know. So I mean, that's basically it. That's like
I mean, hey, if that's all you want to
that's
share,
kind
that's
of like what
perfectly fine. I mean, you make games. You've made games for a very long time, right?
I sure tried. I It's really what my like dream career was, but like graduated right into the pandemic. So like
Oh yeah, rough time for
immediately all of the game dev jobs just like disappeared and like it just hasn't really uh been a thing you can like get your foot in the door in like since then. So um like Fight Pit was actually one of my last university assignments projects rather
Oh, that's
like
really interesting. I didn't actually know that. So it was originally a project for like a class.
I kind of like made it a project. This is why it's in JavaScript and using Phaser 3 by the way because like um like in all of my studio classes like I went to school for computer game design. um
Hmm.
all of my studio like at that point that was my final semester and like I had gone and done all these like intensive like Unreal and Unity like studio projects like working with like kind of big teams of students and all that and then like I needed another credit for my computer science minor, so I applied for uh, or I signed up for an intro to game design class in my final semester. So like they
That's awesome.
and that's why it uses Phaser, but what kind of happened was like, we'd have like different prompts for like every project and like um that so like at first it was cat tosser showdown. It was two cat tossers. Cats were raining from the sky and you could wave dash and like, you know, throw cats at each other. And that
Hmm.
was basically like it. But with every subsequent project, I kind of mostly like ignored the instructions and was like, I'm just going to like keep building on top of this for every project in this class. And I got a passing grade like like it turns out like you could just kind of do what you want if you're good enough at it.
That's true. We should put your like a PFP of you and like a black like white text over like a completely black screen, like the grayscale profile picture with that quote right there. That's inspirational
Yeah.
shit. They hang that in classrooms. Uh,
Yeah. It's
S-
also a lie in most circumstances,
I
as I've learned.
So, you did tell us like why you made AFPD, at least originally. So, but I am curious to be like, so like what exactly inspired like the concept of Abomination Fight Pit Deluxe? You know, like you said it was originally Cat Tosser Showdown, but obviously since then it's evolved into something completely different. And I was wondering like when was the point in which it like changed direction there to like I know it's very Smash 64 inspired, but you know, I'm curious.
Sure. I mean, like, so like a lot of it, the first two like kind of like major builds of it was so first it was Cat Tossers Showdown, and then it became for like the next project it was Neo Fight Fighters the Fighters, and it was
I forgot about that
so
name.
so like Cat Tosser got, some actual like attacks, and
Hmm.
I think the prompt for one of the projects, it was like a random like two-word generator.
Yeah.
And those two words were carpentry and chicken. So the two Fight Pit original characters, like that's like it. I mean, so like the 64 stuff, um, like and its like similarities and like inspiration from that. Um, like I in college, I went to like a Smash Bros club, and when I started college, I was still playing Smash 4. Um, but then like I started getting into like the competitive scene for like the other, mainly like Project M. Melee players are assholes, so I don't really like hanging around them. Um, but also like 64, which I kind of went and like started labbing on my own, and then like I went to this, came back from like a spring break or whatever, and we didn't have a 64 bracket. So I made a 64 bracket, and then like some like it was the MDVA region, so like some like really high level players would just like show up, and like I, had to bring like these multiple setups. I had several CRTs and N64s, and like everything was kind of just like my, jurisdiction with that, but I was allowed to run the 64 bracket. Um, so like I was obviously uh pretty deep in it in 64.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, one of my for one of my Unity projects, I can't remember what the project was about, but I wound up recreating a kind of the goal was to create a exact kind of like one-to-one representation of Smash 64's physics, its like state machine, and all that jazz. And so like I created this prototype. So I kind of already like developed like a really good understanding of Smash 64, and I mean it's my favorite one. So like,
I don't
you
think
know,
anyone's blaming you there. I love Smash 64. Uh, I recently in recent years myself I've gotten into like a lot of 64 like platform fighters. So I totally dig the inspirations. It feels like people we've had so many melee inspired fighting games. So it's like feels like such
yeah,
a breath of fresh air to finally see one that's like a lot slower in general in
yeah, but
comparison in some
also
aspects.
yeah, and like so like one of my and like you can kind of like look at like the design of the game as kind of like a reflection of what kind of player I am. Um, I don't like neutral. I just spam text skill because I like pushing the buttons and like the order, and it just like clicks something in my brain. So I'm not really that good of a platform fighter player. I just like, you you put me in front of like Project M and I'm just going to like spam Super Wave Dash and then like die.
It's pretty fucking fun to do though. So I
Yeah,
guess I
it's so
can't
fun.
blame you. Oh yeah. I mean I I kind of see that when I play against you sometimes. Like I kind of see how you like you really like doing cool shit. Like
I
uh
I like doing cool shit, but I'm also really like stupid about it. You
well
know?
it so you like embody mango? Is that what you're saying? It's
I
like a
embody manga.
what it's like older mango where he like does all this technical shit and then like uh and then just like ends up SDing some shit. I feel like that kind of like it feels like
Also how
something
I
like you.
designed the CPUs.
That's true. It's so true because I'll see them do some like insane. Okay, I played against the CPUs so much, but they're so aggravating to play against because sometimes they hit some like insane like cat tosser wave shine shit, and then
Yeah.
immediately jump off of the ledge like, all right, I'm done. And then they spawn again and they're like, ah, still not
Yeah.
done. And then they go jump off again, and it's like,
If they had like an actual proper like pathfinding system, uh they would be unstoppable. Like
oh yeah, just teach that carpenter
but
chicken
like
how to like flutter in air consistently. It's over. Like,
yeah, yeah. And I have it like set up so that like um so the thing about the CPUs, like this is a huge fucking tangent, but they actually so they have like base stats for every possible action. Like
really?
how risky. Yeah, it's I really like the general like beats of the system I developed for CPUs. Where like basically they're going to always choose either a aggressive or a defensive action, and it factors into like how much is their opponent like deep in like hit stun, or like are they in the middle of a move, are they in the active frames of that move. If they're in the active frames of that move, then like that's, you know, they should probably like try not to get hit by that. um Stuff like that. So it's like a point system, and then it chooses which type of action to do based on like what category it falls
That's
into.
so cool. So
Uh,
each character has a different stat spread. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, and it's like so first it's like um it just gathers the move list from like the fighters that they're playing and like their hitbox data, and it tries to, you know, uh, create like an understanding of like how like where is that, if I do that move, where in relation to me is that going to like hit, based on like the hitbox information. And then when it does the move, it will like try and be like, okay, uh this information that I was given at like, you know, the start of the match was a little bit off. I'm going to fill it in with like um you know, what actually just happened. So it does that for like attacks that also like travel. It will like look at that attack and be like, "Oh, that's a movement option right there. I didn't know that was a movement option. I can travel this far if I do this attack." Um, that's kind of that's a huge tangent.
No, I think
But
that
like
that's incredibly fascinating. I never knew the system for the CPUs was so in depth. I think that's really, really cool.
it's I think I'm a fan of how I approached it, but like there's a lot of attacks in the game. For example, like projectile attacks. Like the CPU for Robocat never uses its gun. Because I didn't really know, it just seemed like a lot of work to try to be like okay, you can't use this move right now because you're out of ammo, but if you hold charge for this long, then because like I would need to like fill out that kind of, data for an attack. Like, fuck, sorry.
No,
I mean,
it's all good.
uh, the the uh the cap for, like the little tab for like a can, it just fell into my Malibu cocktail drink.
No! How does that even
I,
happen?
I was playing with it.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it's my
That's,
fault.
that's
I'll
awesome.
just I'm not gonna stop drinking it.
I. All right. That's well, we're not cutting that out of the video. That's too funny. Okay. So the next question for you. Uh, so one of the things that always stuck out to me about this game, and as I've mentioned to you several times before, and I'm sure you've heard this a lot, that the game, like a lot of people I show this game to, and they're like, "This looks like a fucking Smiling Friends bit." And
Yeah.
but I am curious, like, what like made you choose such a unique art style? I mean, I've played some of your other games, and to be honest, it's I don't really see like much of a uh art style that you share between games. You actually go around different mediums quite a lot with like RoboCat 2, plus all of
Mhm.
the other letters I'm forgetting. Uh, RoboCat 2, that game's pixel art, and then you have what is it? Help Sputnik get to space.
Help Sputnik get to space. A story of triumph. Something else. The allure of the abyss.
Yeah.
A destiny to be fulfilled. The allure of the abyss.
I, so yeah, that game has 3D style, and I've seen you've made other 3D models for games before. So I'm just curious, what made you settle on such a art style for AFPD specifically?
Sure. So, like, early on, like, I was, um, when I started doing art, like, I started, like, of course, I was still doing, like, pencil sketches when I was, like, a teenager and stuff, but, when I started working on games, like, I was using Game Maker Studio and, like, um, I I just got really pretty good at pixel art. So, um, that's kind of like where I went into college. Like that was my kind of like art expertise. And there are a lot of like pixel art games I made in college, but we were using Unity and I was learning 3D modeling and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I kind of took that approach with like a lot of things like
I see.
um but with like Fight Pit specifically, I was there's like two things about it. I wanted to I was inspired by two things.
Mhm.
And this is the one of the two things that okay. Um so uh I wanted it to kind of reflect that like underground like you're not supposed to be here kind of feel of like those like a lot of like the N64's library is just kind of like liminal and creepy, like especially in like the menus. And I always really liked the Smash 64 like main menu and stuff. And it used to kind of scare me when I was a kid, but but like I wanted to like represent that kind of like grungy feel, but also um, I was thinking of Yoshi's Island, actually, was kind of like the main inspiration for the art style.
Mm.
It doesn't really come across as
Well,
much. Fight Pit is like a little bit more pastel-y than like looks like it's drawn with crayons. But I mean, tomato, tomato.
I can see
Um,
that, and I also kind of see it with like right now the video's on the title screen here, and I kind of see it with just like how you're writing the letters, how like the abomination's stagnant, but the fight pit's like the letters are moving up and down. Like there's a
yeah,
lot of small little movements and details to these logos and stuff, and I think that's very Yoshi's story, like the transitioning between between screens where it's like scribbling everything out. Uh,
Yeah.
I kind of see it now, actually. I never made that correlation, but that's super, super interesting.
And like there's kind of like a mixed media thing going on
Hmm.
with the logo, especially because like the fight pit and like the cylinder there, that was actually like a 3D model that I like kind of like rotoscope is wrong. I like trace it. That's the correct word. I like trace the 3D model I made of that like specific render. Um, so I mean, yeah. Oh, and the other thing about like kind of like the inspiration for the art style is not inspiration, but like I was thinking especially early on, I didn't want because I hadn't really done a lot of like traditional 2D animation at that point, aside from like pixel art. So when I was thinking about like adding all of these like different attacks, I wanted to create a system that uh made it easy to save time by like not drawing, every frame of that attack while still making it look good in motion. So you'll have like a lot of attacks in this in Fight Pit. Sorry, someone's being crazy outside. I don't know if that's picking up. Um
It's not, but but I like the visual in my head.
they're just bonking their horn. Um But yeah, so like certain attacks like Carpenter Chicken's jab or like Cat Tosser's neutral air, like they're really only like 6 frames of animation. Like there's the one startup frame and a like wobble variant of that, and then like, same for like the active frames and the end lag frames. So it was that aspect of it like I approached to save time and also just create like a pretty versatile system that didn't require everything to be animated.
Yeah, I think that's I think it came out like amazing. Like I think the style is pretty
Thank you.
you can like really see there's like a lot of passion and effort put into like the stylistic choices in the game. And I do kind of love one of my favorite things to see is that I especially saw this going back to the earlier patches is so I saw the first sprites of Cat Tosser and it was clear like why you did that update where he got
Yeah,
the whole rework.
like the old assets in the game.
I think it's that character by the way, I just a small tangent. So interesting. I want them in the normal one. They play like completely
Yeah.
differently. Super cool. Um
Uh, you know why I got rid of that? Why I like replaced their neutral air?
I don't.
Um, because basically Cat Tosser with neutral air dash had flutter nair.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was busted. It sucked.
I think
Like,
Schlopper has something very, very slightly similar with his Nair 1, but it's way more difficult. I can't do it. The Husky's the one who discovered it. And it only works at like specific percentages. It doesn't seem too strong,
yeah,
I feel
that
like
seems
generally.
really hard because he has such like a big jump too, like
Yeah,
a
he
big
has a
ground
big
jump.
jump, and then the Nair 1, it's hard not to get the second hit out. And it's also the
Mhm.
percentage in which you can do it varies on every character, especially the floaties, right? Uh,
Mhm.
but I thought that was fun going back on. But what I was saying was is just seeing your art progress. Like you went from that old cat tosser, and then you see the Carpenter Chicken, where Carpenter Chicken and Sputnik, where it's like like I feel like those are the transitional period where the more characters you go down the line, the more like the more you see that you're getting like better and more consistent with the art style. And like I think Schlopper, TCC, RoboCat, like those are some of my favorites. Like animation wise, they have a lot of interesting things going on.
Well, again, I should note that I actually didn't animate Slopperbot. It's one of the few assets in the game. a few art assets in the game that are like not from me.
Really?
My yeah, my buddy from college, I haven't talked to him in a fucking hot minute. Um, but he's credited in the credits for it, of course.
Mhm.
My buddy George Lovett. Um, I at that point I had this like, moveset idea for Schlafferbot, and like I was just like, okay, I don't want to draw all this. Like I was feeling super burnt out on like art at the time,
I
and
see.
like so instead I just gave him like a really obnoxiously like particular like uh style guide, and you know he went he went crazy, and it came out really good.
Yeah,
Of
it's
course, now with the new sprites, it's like outdated art style wise. It's funny because like I'll go back and realize, oh, a character actually didn't have a unique landing lag animation as opposed to a jump squat. Sometimes like they like Prince Slime shared the same ones, so I like went and like made him a new land lag animation. And you can kind of just see for those like few frames, like the art style on him like completely changed.
I kind of love that because in certain stuff, like you can also see it like going back to the version 0.09, you can see that with Sputnik's old neutral B. You can see it with like Carpenter Chicken crouching, stuff
Yeah.
like that. And in like in a way, I kind of love it because it's like it feels so real, even if there are a little off model. I kind of like it because it goes into the idea like, oh, these are drawn with like you said, like crayon or like some sort of like uh low budget material, like specifically
Mhm.
like and then you have these designs um of the characters, which are like some of them are definitely a little more complicated than others, but I kind of just love how the game looks in general because of that, and in like its own weird way. I think the inconsistencies make the game beautiful. It's why it's something that I feel like AI could never recreate something like this because the inconsistencies make it so awesome. Uh, So we were talking about you getting a little help on the animation for Schlopperbot. Like Schlopperbot was animated by your friend, but I do know there is one. Well, you had a couple other people help you a little bit. I do know there was one other person that helped you a lot with the music, and that's Kyofug, right?
Yeah, Kyo.
Kyofug,
Um,
as if I've always been pronouncing it Fug. Oh my God, I'm a fucking poser. Holy shit.
I'm sure he would be so offended.
I don't show this video to him. Don't show this video. He just showed me his awesome music like yesterday. I can't get on his bad side now.
That,
uh
that's cool. No, he's nuts. Like he did like a lot of uh like like drawing art, art that you draw as opposed to art that you listen to. He does both of it, and like uh his music is crazy, but it's really fun to like see him kind of like develop his style and just make things that are just like insane. And I have like a few of them on my wall even. He sent me some prints
that's
like
awesome. I was
way
actually
back
thinking getting
when.
some. I was actually thinking getting some prints of his recently because I love I love his crazy art style. I love he does like a lot of noise music too, and I think actually some of that kind of shows in some of the tracks, like certain aspects of the tracks. Like one of my favorite tracks in the game, the one of the Bridge of Tossing themes. He
Yeah.
has a lot of
Yeah, he
like,
popped up so hard
oh,
with
it's
that.
so good. Yeah, it's so good. I love uh, I love a lot of the music in this game. It's incredibly stylized, and I think Kyofa definitely like you guys, the sounds feel like they fit together so well. And obviously, I think my absolute favorite track, while I love the Bridge of Tossing track, the Space Highway, the Sputnik theme.
Yeah, that
It's
one's
peak.
mine.
Yes. I
Okay.
think that's the only song that I actually did like a little. I remember back last year I did a little version of the victory theme, which is for Sputnik, which is just that song because I loved it so much. I had that
I think it is like the most perfect piece of music I have ever made. That
well,
one in particular.
yeah, it's very it encapsulates AFPD because it's
Not that it's perfect, but like, like it. But keep going.
well,
Sorry.
no, I actually I like how you said that because I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's like the rest of AFPD. It's imperfect in the most perfect way to me. The imperfections that this game has is what makes it so special to me. For me to attach to a game, the biggest question I always ask myself is like, will I ever play anything like this again? Will there ever be another game that I play that's like this? And it's the hardest no ever when I look at AFPD because the game is just there's so many unique attributes going on with it, and like I think the music, like Space Highway, the Bridge of Tossing, the animation, everything about this game, just really, it's really in your face in a way that's incredibly appealing to me. Uh,
Well, thank you.
of
I
course,
worked really hard on it and stuff.
and stuff, yeah. Well, speaking of working hard on it, that actually leads me into my next question of what were some of those difficulties you had when like making the game? Because obviously it went through a lot of iterations, and despite the game being in development for so long, because it's a hobby project, it hasn't been uploaded to Steam or anything. It's still like, what is this, like a beta technically?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll ever not be a beta. But I mean, I guess at some point I'll be like, well, no, probably not. Um I'm never going to be happy with it. Like 100%. I just want to keep like adding more. So, kind of like a struggle I I have is like whether or not to spend development time actually creating new things or like polishing what's there and redoing what's already there. Um, and like there's a lot of benefit to that, like especially when it comes to like the code and like optimizing everything so that like uh the pipeline in the future could be a little bit, faster because it's kind of like I have my own like editor now, like that I made in like WinForm,
Mhm.
and it works pretty good. But it's just for like fighters. Like there's so much in the game that's like coded, unfortunately, like all of the stages, and like they have to be like debugged manually, like, oh, this platform isn't in the position I want it to be, or it is, but the graphic is off, and then like I just have to go back, and it's really tedious, and that's kind of why stages in particular take forever. Also because like I uh kind of tend to be a little bit perfectionist with them, and
Oh,
like
me too.
it's you know so I guess that's like one struggle because like I want the game to be like buttery, like smooth, and like clean code, and like building systems before I actually like need them. um uh but like if I patches already take so long because I'm like the only one like working on it right now.
Mhm.
Um, and God, I don't want anybody else to look at my code. I did, I did it's fucking JavaScript and it's fucking phaser. Like I'm doing the best I can, but
I I know it is while it is kind of a miracle at some point like some of the stuff you're doing is incredibly impressive due to the limitations you gave yourself. I I don't know. I kind of mess with it, even though it causes like genuinely nebulous issues sometimes. Like the bugs that this
Yeah,
game has, I thought I've seen it all when I played like Stardust Valkyries, but this game this game might take the cake for like some of the weirdest fighting game bugs I've ever seen.
God,
Uh,
I haven't posted the fucking javelin crate bug in the server. Yeah, I like should. It's really fucking funny. Like the fucking three respawn platforms that drop. Like what? Like I have no fucking clue how to like
it's great,
everything
man.
that have.
Just
It's great. I mean,
just leave him
if
a
I
buggy
don't need.
fucking mess. Who cares?
Yeah, honestly, like
It's a part
that's
of the charm, okay? It's a part of the charm. Crate,
it is. Especially when like crates in particular in like Carpenter Chicken's moveset, like his crates. Like every single patch there was like a new bug that like cropped up and like they're the most stable they've ever been right now. But like
yeah.
any like small little change could like fuck that up.
You're. It's like a Jenga tower made entirely of like glass.
Yeah, aren't I a good programmer? These are
You.
things these are things you don't, you're not so you're like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I don't think it's too bad if Crate's left with a couple of bugs. I think it makes him objectively like a little funnier because
Yeah,
I
he's a
cannot
joke
believe
character.
I cannot believe I ran that guy in tournament, by the way. Worst set of my fucking life. I genuinely, it was just like, this game has a quick timer, in my opinion. It's like 6 minutes or something. I forget. I always
Yeah,
forget if it's 6 minutes, 30 seconds, or just 6 minutes. But it's short. It's a
I think it,
short timer comparatively to like Smash, where they have like an extra 90 seconds usually. And it's like, honestly, I think you could even bump down the timer to like 5 minutes. I think the game's so fast that
yeah,
you could really easily do that. I might even, I think it would
yeah.
be nice.
If matches go like to the point of a timeout, and you're running like the default timer, then that can't have been a very enjoyable match.
No, and it's every match with
Like
Crate.
somebody was like, it is every match with Craig. Um, and yeah, uh, I don't think I need to like set the like timer down. I think it's like fine. But like you can change it and like whoever can like set the tournament settings like
Yeah, for
um
sure. I'm hoping on running something eventually. I really want to host like a weekly or a monthly event of some sort. And I'll probably create a standardized rule set considering I have quite a lot of experience in like the testing
yeah.
and all that shenanigans. Uh,
I mean, would this be like local or online? Because like I mean, I have a lot of uh like people in the MDVA area that like help test the game and stuff, and I'm
I
sure that
mean,
they'd be down to
hey, I'm moving soon. AFPD tournament at my house, guys. I
yeah.
we host it like it's a
Mm,
fucking melee tournament in 2005. Like
hell yeah.
I think
Just
that's
get
the way
some
to go.
like fucking you could probably like if I actually made a proper uh like web build again, like because this is a web game, like it's made
Yeah.
in Chromium, Electron. Um, it used to compile to web, and it also used to compile to Linux and Mac, but you know, uh, I changed the pipeline to something that like starts up way faster because it was kind of a nightmare for the longest time. Like you'd be waiting like 2 to 5 minutes for this fucking game to open up.
Oh,
Um, I can't remember what I was using before, but like now it's something else. that's another headache is just like um uh dealing with yarn npm, well, like not them specifically, but just like having to, you know, uh it is not as easy as just like, drop down. I'm gonna compile this to Linux like it is on in Unity. Um, but like I could potentially get like a web build going, and then all you would need for your tournament would be a bunch of Chromebooks,
That's
probably.
no, I think we can make that happen. I promise you this. I promise you this, okay? If I hold the tournament at my house, I promise Grands will be on a CRT. I can promise you that
Hell
much.
yeah.
I
Four
will
by
I
pre-mode.
Yeah, we have just a bunch of people sitting around our couch just yelling at each other like
Yeah.
fucking slap him, slap him. Like
Please fucking get his ass.
oh, it'll be a fun time for sure. We'll see. We'll see. You know,
Yeah,
we'll see how everything goes. Or
yeah, I can reach out to help you. But
uh,
I mean,
I mean,
this
hey,
is
yeah. If you ever in the Virginia area again, you wanna set something up, get a
yeah,
it'd be awesome. Bring the Sputnik with you. And let everyone say hi.
yeah. If I go back to Virginia, then I will bring the Sputnik with me.
That's phenomenal. That sounds
Um,
fantastic.
and he'll sit in the corner of the tournament with his little chaser hat on. Happy belated T-Dub, by the way.
it reminds me of the fucking Schlopperbot tramp stamp. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so awesome. This game's like secretly like very queer, I feel.
yeah, yeah, a little bit. I want it to be more queer. Um, but like it's getting there. It'll get there.
Yeah, don't worry. In the next patch, guys, lesbians kissing will now be an option. We're adding a talk
Yeah,
button for every character that's a woman they can kiss. It'll be awesome.
that's that would just be like Stoll and like Chompers.
That's true.
And they're
Yeah.
not in the game yet.
Well, uh, I have one last question for you, and then we'll get on to the funny thing here. Is what's next? What's next for AFPD? What's next for you? Right? Like I
For
know you've been working
me,
on this game, but like it's like this is a hobby project, but I am wondering like if you have beyond AFPD as well, if you have any other projects in mind, or if it's just AFPD, and if so, like, what do you have planned for that? Like, I'm curious.
um, so when it comes to Fight Pit, um, like I there's things that I want to add that are going to be like a huge time investment. Like I want there to be a targets mode. I want there to be a classic mode, arcade mode,
Mhm.
um, with like like a final boss and everything. And like I want there to be online play. But all of those things are like um really just I just don't have like I barely have enough time to just like work on this game and like have a like balanced, life as it is. And like I mean, that's more to just like how well my like work-life balance has like gotten to this point. Like
Mhm.
cuz like in college it was just like I had no social life. If I wasn't like at like, the Smash Bros tournament, I was not socializing. I was just like working on shit 24/7. And like, now you know, I have like a lot of friends and like it's all like, and I work like a fucking 40-hour a week job, and yeah, I've got a wife.
Wow,
I've
wife
got
cameo, guys.
wife cameo in the background. That's Maple. Maple, say hi. Say hi
Hello.
loudly. Yeah. Um, and uh, and it's so like for like stuff like that, it's just so pie in the sky without outside help. Um,
Of course.
and but what is a little more achievable, especially because, the groundwork is kind of uh laid down, is just more characters, more stages. And like I think I've probably talked about like every character I want to add with you.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
maybe a couple of stages. Um, like the most I can kind of do right now is just making it a uh unique and like well balanced fighter that like you can just, you know, take to like a tournament or whatever. Like it's like it's like just like Melee or whatever, fucking like you could just you know sorry, you have you have to play in person to get the real experience. And I wish it I sorry, I'm like, this is not coherent. My bad.
I have you
I
seen some of the videos I've been putting out about your game? It's me at like 5 a.m. going like, you hit this move, and I don't think you need to worry about being coherent. Uh,
I can I almost feel bad because like uh I've seen all of them except for like the Schlopper one, and like you just get progressively like more tired with each one, and like like they're still like good and informative, but
I just
are you
seem so
okay?
dead. Yeah, I feel.
Yeah.
I. It looks like I have zero. It's like I'm being held at gunpoint to do this sometimes. But no, I do it out of the love and kindness of my heart. I'm just a little bit of an insomniac. Um, and I'm.
Yeah,
uh,
the, the best of us or whatever.
okay, well, I guess with all of that out of the way, would you like to reveal? Would you like to do the surprise now?
A little surprise.
The little surprise.
Little surprise. So, um, this is not new, but uh, I would like to introduce the next character. Uh, if you would like to maybe join through Parsec,
Yeah,
or I
absolutely.
could even just screen, whichever is good.
Uh,
Yeah,
you know,
I'll send
actually,
you
let's
a
do. You could just stream actually.
yeah. All right.
Oh, well, I just realized I shared my Fluxer on this. Whatever. People can have my Fluxer now. Let's go. Yay. Don't text me on there. I won't respond. It's fine. Uh, whatever.
I think YouTube has some way to block that out if you want, but
I'm too fucking lazy. No one cares.
I care.
I'm not using that Fluxer forever. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Yeah, whenever you get this stream set up. The only reason why I don't want to do Parsec is because our connection is less than ideal.
Is it already kind of bad? Like just from
Oh no, not right now. It's perfect. It's just in the past we've had some like issues.
yeah, maybe after I kind of give the rundown, then we can just play a few matches.
Yeah, okay, sure, yeah. And then we'll see if anything's I might have to end it there. And we could just do the matches off screen just because the the recording running at the same time may be a little much.
Oh yeah.
But you guys better be thankful. I had to pay YADU 10,000 grands for this. This is 100% true. I'm not lying. I've never lied a single time in my entire life.
Yeah, I'm actually only passionate about my game from all of the money it makes me.
This is true.
Hold up. If I'm doing it locally, then I'm plugging in my May Flash. I can't do the fucking Xbox controller. Does the audio come through all right?
Yes.
Sweet. All right. Plugging in my controller.
Oh boy.
Training mode.
All right.
There she is.
If you want to see my fucked up controls, here is how I. So this is actually like pretty identical to when I played 64 in tournament. This is how I would map my controls when I was using a GameCube controller adapter. I eventually came to my senses and just got the good N64 controller, but so I have jump set to A and Y. I have normal set to B. I have special set to X and Z, and then like the shoulders are normal, but except I removed the springs from my GameCube controller.
I think you're a little psychotic, but that's okay.
No, it's good. I mean like I think light shielding in Melee is a bad mechanic.
Yeah, I'm not
And
I'm
no
not the
other
biggest
Smash
fan of
game
it.
has that. Yeah.
It's not necessarily like the light shield that pisses me off. It's just like the way it's done. The way you
Yeah,
perform the action's stupid.
it is stupid.
Oh, there she is. So beautiful.
Yeah, there she is. So this is a placeholder announcer voice, but this is me. Stole.
Stole.
Let's speed up Carpenter Chicken.
Yeah, someone not too floaty. That's a good idea.
Yeah. And we're gonna go to core. So as you can see, she's pretty big. She's
a little bit. She's
a little big. She is Fight Pit's resident heavy character. I'm not going to have another heavy character after her, so I was just like, I'm going to take everything I like about heavy characters and just put them into one character. So, she's a little bit higher higher detail than most characters in this game, and part of why it's been taking such a long time to work on her. But her base movement isn't too bad. She's got one aerial jump. They're pretty low. So all of her kit is like in the game right now. It just needs balancing and also an art pass. Because right now the attacks are just sketches. So
I don't blame you because everything's fucking her just doing like crazy flips and shit.
yeah, I think I have about like I want to say like 260 frames left of animation to do.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is, yeah. So her main gimmick is that she has a link string, link attack kind of system. So it's similar to Schlopperbot's down tilt, but it's all of her attacks. So I can do jab and then when I do jab again, it'll do her second jab. And if I do it again, it'll do her third jab. But I can also mix it up to do her down tilt. And that's her down tilt string. But instead I can do it into another direction. So
And
so
you can do 3 up as well, yeah.
yeah, 3 up as well. In the attack, the aerial attacks, they work the same way, but they only have 2 aerial attacks per direction. So that's her neutral. That's her down. The whip, yeah.
Go ahead and show them the evil ass up air.
Yeah.
This move
Fuck,
that
like just the fucking that
dude, the
like
hitbox
first
is
up
so
air.
evil too.
It's fucked up, yeah.
And it kills at like
It's
40
great.
on some characters.
Yeah. She has a lot of good anti-air options in general with her up tilt string. But yeah, her second up air is actually a command grab,
Yeah, she's got a
and I'll
couple,
show
right?
what that does. She's got a couple. If we're going into so let me continue on the link string before I like continue.
Yes.
So right now it uses a similar visual effect to like turbo mode, where like that little blip, and then the so the blip means that the link counter increases by 1, so, and then the don't bump means it resets to 0. So if I do and then wait, it'll just do a normal jab. You can also, on the ground, you can, if you buffer block, you will not increase your link counter, so you can do the same move over again, which...
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work on Carpenter, because he's so fucking...
Yeah, I didn't realize he was so floaty.
Well, he's the least floaty out of the floaty characters, but when you're playing Stoll, I feel like you do so much damage and knockback that they just become normal floaty.
Yeah, for sure. So another way to reset your link counter to 0 is to ground jump. So then I can do a normal like initial aerial. And the thing is, this doesn't extend to plat drops or getting off the stage another way, or getting off a platform another way. So I can do jab. I APL'd that, but see, I just started my
down air too.
Yeah, exactly. And so the third hit of all of her ground attacks, I feel like I'm like surgically tearing her apart and telling you how to fucking play this character.
You saw my other videos. This is kind of how what I did. So I'm just listening. I'm over here eating my fictional non-existent popcorn.
I just, if you don't want spoilers, then maybe like
yeah, if you don't want spoilers after half of the clips,
yeah, right.
Like maybe don't watch it, and like maybe go back 5 minutes.
I haven't really shared like any clips of her in the servers. Kind of why I wanted to do this in particular. So all of her ground attacks will carry you forward a little bit, and for most of them, it will read your analog stick input. So if I hold all the way to the right, you see how far I travel with that. Thing is, you can also take it off stage, and it will like shorten the end lag, but like all of the active frames will still happen. So that's another way you can immediately get into your... Oh.
Genius! That's awesome.
So that's a very funny way to do it. Same with her up tilts and her...
That I killed at 60, guys.
Yeah, I she needs some tuning, but at the moment she does kind of need it.
Yeah, from what I've played against her, she's pretty interesting in the fact that she has a lot of characters in this game play in the air, but Stoll is very passive in the sense that I feel like they actually play best by anti-airing because they have a lot of great anti-air tools.
Yeah,
Uh, and then they have a
exactly.
lot of stuff to capitalize on because while they need very little interactions to take stocks, if the opponent hits them once and they get hit the wrong way, they're basically just dead.
Especially Sputnik,
Oh my
like
god, that matchup's
with the pretty abysmal, yeah.
it feels like unstoppable force versus immovable object.
Yeah.
Uh, I feel like it's kind of like a Guilty Gear where people say Potemkin versus Chip is even. This is what they're talking about. This is like the same argument where it's like they both like one tap of each other in this game, and it's very funny because you could just nair string over and over again because she's just so fucking fat. I sorry, I don't mean to be fat phobic.
He's actually like with her lore. Never mind.
No, we need to know. The people need to know.
You'll see it in the Abomination Gallery after. She's out in like a year.
No, a
It's
year?
funny 'cause no, probably not.
Okay.
Because I'm like actively like working on this game with a lot of my free time now. And like all these really, the bulk of it is the art assets.
Yeah.
But where was I? I guess I can get into her specials now. So, her uppy is basically Fox's fire dash. You can use it
right?
once in the air. Yeah, Firefox. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't realize it had a landing hitbox.
Yeah, it has a landing hitbox, and at high percents it kills pretty good. But it has like 0 base, so so that's pretty good. It doesn't travel as far as you would think, and part of that is just like her air physics are very. She has a lot of traction in the air compared to most characters.
She has really poor air movement in general, which is why she
Yeah.
doesn't. And she doesn't really have a good move to like approach within the air, which is why she plays really grounded. Generally.
Yeah.
Speaking.
And then so let's do her down B. Her down B is Stealth Bomb. You can position it, and then you can blow it up, and it does good amount of damage. Oops.
It's a multi-hit too, right?
Yeah, it's a 5-hit multi-hit. And the thing is, when it's there, it persists between stocks. So like, you can just respawn, and if they're like in it, they're you know.
Kind of the most evil thing ever, but
yeah. The thing is, you have to remember where you put it because it will also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a fun little gimmick. It's like not really her like main bread and butter, but it's a way to control space.
Yeah, and it's always good to have something to do between stocks.
Yeah, that's true also.
A lot of characters have something to do between stocks in this game in general.
Yeah. So her neutral special is Hook. She will pull you towards her and take a chunk out of you. She'll bite you. So that's like a good kind of combo
like
starter.
4 command grabs.
Yeah, she does.
I kind of love it though, because we were severely lacking, and at least they're really situational in the sense that, like, if you get hit by any of them, they're either very like committal options, or like there's a lot of setup to it. So it's like I feel like it's kind of your fault if you get hit by them.
Yeah. You can also just like as soon as the match starts, just go, and like the thing is, you can you can block it. This one in particular. So if you know like Merkava from Eunice, it works a bit like that.
Yeah, so I guess not actually a true command grab, more like a hit grab for the grappling
Yeah.
hook. But
However, the other ones are true command grabs. And let me see. If you do the second up air too close to the ground right now, it will it'll do like the default throw animation, which is the hook throw animation. I might keep that actually, just because it feels kind of cheap to sorry.
oh, it's all good.
Cool.
Ah,
Oh, are you gonna show them the
Um,
funny now?
Yeah, I'm gonna show them the funny.
oh, it's so hard to hit.
It can be, but when you get it set up right.
Ooh,
Ooh.
she's popping off. She's stealing him. Don't ask what that means. I like the sound she makes when she dies. That's good.
Yeah, I actually I did the voice. It's not finished yet, but that's me doing the little oh and all such noises. I'm voice acting this character.
Yeah, you also voice act for Cat Tosser, right?
Yeah, cat tosser.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that should not be a kill move, but it is right now.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, but it's a really great glimpse into the character. So yeah, pretty interesting.
Yeah, there we go.
It's
Got the dive bomb off there.
a little piece of my own bias, my 2 cents. I think this character is going to be worse than RoboCat, but they're going to be very fun. And I
Yeah,
do
there
think
we
in
go.
general, without spoiling too much of what else is to come in this patch, I think RoboCat in general, with the changes you made, is like substantially better.
Yeah, and
He's-
it's not even that big of a change.
it isn't.
but-
It's just like it's so nice to have. All right, I think I'm gonna end the video here.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you all
that's how she works.
Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Yadu, thank you for the interview and showing all this off.
Of course. Yeah, my pleasure.
All right, and yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you later.